worked with DSB for 45 years. I worked from 1966 to 2011. I worked all over Ireland. The Rural Electrification Scheme was one of the most important social and development of the 20th century in Ireland. It changed a very thorough way of life that was in this country, and it planted the seed for Ireland's future growth and prosperity. Thomas McLaughlin, a young engineer who had worked with Siemens in Germany, had faith that electricity held the key to Ireland's development and its potential to change Ireland's home, agriculture and industry for the better. ESB was created in 1927 with the full responsibility for generation, transmission, distribution and marketing of electricity. Next 2 decades, ESB brought electricity to every major town and village in Ireland. The first phase of rural electricity was implemented between 1946 and 1965. Every county was divided into rural areas of about 25 square miles, which was based on parish boundaries rather than the geographic locations. The 26 counties of rural Ireland were divided into a total of 792 rural areas. In the beginning, one area from each county was chosen for connection of the material needed for its completion was 1 million poles, 100 transformers and 75,000 of line of crews working in every county. 20 to 30 workmen, a foreman, a linesman, 1 or 2 drivers, 1 engineer and a supervisor. They would rent a premises in the area for a few months as an office and a store. 30 to 40 local men were employed for the duration to dig holes by hand and to pull out the conductor. In the mid-50s, the wages were £5, 6 shillings a week. The foreman and linesman got about £2 more. That was for a 49-hour week, which included a half day on Saturday. The permanent staff got protected clothes and a long brown waterproof coat and 1 pair of Wellingtons each year. To get a job with the ESB was like winning the lotto. The ESB poles was sourced in Finland, and the first poles was erected at County Dublin on November the 5th, 1946. As the demand for electricity grew, workers were being carrying out to wire local homes, farms and shops, domestic houses and farmyards, electric milk and parlours, heating in piggeries and poultry farms, welder and drying of grain. Electric appliance raised living standards for many homes. Among them were the electric kettle, the cooker, the deep freeze, the electric iron, washing and drying machines, and the luxury of piped hot water from taps. Some believed that it was slow time before the switch on. When the work was done to the light of the day, a time of gas lights, candles, and every conversation round the fire, of reading by the flow of the double-wick lamp and cooking over the flame. Rural Ireland moved at a snail's pace before electricity, and nothing changed or improved. One season rolled into the other. There was much fear, talk about electricity in the beginning. Some thought the wires would be very dangerous. Many were afraid of ESB bills that was sure to arrive. The last area to receive electricity was Black Valley in County Kerry. There were 21 rural areas to be connected in County Leitrim. The work began in December 1947 in Carrigallen, and the work was complete in July in 1964 at Drumdoo. There were 24,000 poles used and 2,924 kilometres of line. Over 5,947 premises was connected. Drumdoo was the last area to be connected in Leitrim. Work started there in August 1963 and finished in July 1964. There was 1,555 poles used and 137 kilometres of line used. There was 430 premises connected. The Shannon scheme first began to generate electricity from the national grid in networks. From 1925, 7 towns and villages across Leitrim were directly supplied by the Shannon scheme, and Dumsnea was connected in 1944 and 1945. In the late 1990s and the early 2000s, the ESB rolled out its networks renewal plan, upgrading it in the electricity supply to meet the demand of modern Ireland. They built on the foundation laid by the Rural Electrification Scheme 50 years before, bringing the scheme into the 21st century and bringing our heritage from generation to generation, from century to century.